here we are. We're taking a look today at the 3 Sigma lenses, the trio. So we've got these 3 and I absolutely love these. They're prime lenses. These go from 16, which is this one here, through to 30, which is this one, and then through to 56. Now interestingly, the 16mm is the larger, 30 is the medium, and then the smaller size is the actual 56. Now the 56 is the one I particularly like for street photography. There's 2 real main lenses I like for street. That's the Canon 22mm, the pancake lens, very discreet lens. But if there's occasions when you want to just get in that little bit further, then this 56 is absolutely brilliant. And it also takes you through to the evening, because all 3 of these open up to f1.4, which is absolutely brilliant for low light. They are absolutely pin sharp, each one of them. I absolutely love all 3 of these as prime lenses. They've got really good glass, really good results. They open up to 1.4, as I say. When you purchase these, unlike the Canon, they do come with a lens hood. So the wider one is the petal type, obviously to account for the wide field of view, so that you don't get shadows each side. So you don't need to purchase those separately. Then the other 2 are just your normal type, which does make them slightly bigger, of course. But I think all 3 of these are really worth it. I'll show you some photos. We'll go off and take some in a moment, and I'll show you some past photos as well. So here's one for the 56 when I've used it on street photography. Here's one for the 30. And here's one for the 16. Now, the size of these, if we just take the 56, and I'll just show you that in my hand, you can see that it's actually a nice size. That's got the lens hood, and it just fits in my hand really nicely. It's got a 55mm filter thread on it. Then if we take a look at the 30mm, you can see again that's got the lens hood, but again it's quite a nice size. It still fits in my hand quite well. This one's got, let's have a look to remind myself, so this has got a 52mm size filter on it. They feel quite sturdy and nice. And then the 16, which is the larger of them all, that's got a, I can never remember, it's a 67mm. So I always put a UV filter on all of them to protect my lens. So it's worth purchasing. You don't have to spend too much on them, to be honest. But again, look at the size of that. It's still in my hand, and it's not too heavy. They all have a metal mount, so it does feel nice and strong. So if you're thinking of primes, then with an autofocus, then this trio of lenses is a really good choice. So what we're going to do now is go and set the camera up. So we're going to take the same shot with the different lenses on, so you can actually see the difference between the 3 of them and what sort of results you get. You know, I'm not going to stay here till night time, but they work really well in low light, opening up to 1.4, but also for those of you that like that bokeh effect, then if you're doing portraits, then this is absolutely brilliant. You can open up to 1.4, focus in on your subject and get that nice bokeh in the background. Anyway, let's go and have a look at them and see the difference. Okay, so we're going to do a bit of a cityscape here using 3 lenses. So I'm just in the middle of a field in what's known as Campbell Park, right at the top. We've got a hotel, fairly newish hotel, in the middle there. We've got the theatre to the left, and then we've got office blocks and the city shopping centre to the right. So let's start off by getting the camera out. So we're starting off with the 16mm. So let's get this set up. Okay, so we're just going to level up a little bit. Well, not a little bit, a lot. So you can see the difference between them. We're on ISO 100. I'm just going to put the shutter on 640th of a second. So you hardly need a tripod for this, but this is so we're in the same position for all 3 shots. So I've got the hotel to the left, and then the rest of the tops of the offices, etc., to the right. So we're going to take this shot. Okay, so that's the 16mm. So we're going to swap this now for the 30mm. Okay, so this is now the 30mm. Just check the settings. Okay, so we've got the 56mm on now. So let's see what this one looks like. Turn the camera on, and what I'll do is I'll just take a shot in exactly the same place. So I'm happy with that shot. I mean, this is not about the actual shot, this is about the lenses. But they are absolutely brilliant lenses. I definitely recommend these. I purchased these brand new, but you can have a look around, see if you can get second-hand ones in pretty good condition. But the thing is, you probably don't need all 3. My recommendation really is, if you do landscape photography, then perhaps the 16mm. If you like street photography, maybe the 30mm or the 56. But each to their own, you know, you can use them for whatever. If you do portraits, then the 56 is brilliant. You get that lovely bokeh in the background, and really sharp. It is pin sharp, and these really autofocus excellent as far as I'm concerned. So there's no worries on that side. Anyway, this is just a quick video. If you like the video, please give me the thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing so that you don't miss future videos. And don't forget that notification bell so it does notify you. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video.